Howdy folks, and welcome to the 13th episode of the Mad Fuzzy podcast. I am your sock-obsessed host, Marta. I am coming to you, as always, from Knox, Maine, where I live with my handsome man, his wonderful mother, and our two amazing dogs. This is just a little old podcast about knitting, a little spinning, some of my homesteading crafts that I bring to you from our little rural paradise here in Maine. I am also the dyer and creator behind Mad Fuzzy Yarns, which I have lots to talk about today. So let's dive right in. It has been a day. I have already gone to work, come home. So this is me, right fresh from the farm. I am wearing a t-shirt that is covered in cream cheese. A little bit of product placement there for you, Lee Nielsen. And I'm pretty wacky. I'm fully awake, a little drained, but I have a lot to talk about. So it had to be done, or time would slip through my fingers like the minuscule grains of sand it really is. But back to yarn. Sorry. Told you it was going to be a weird one. But if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I know I have the most erratic podcasting schedule. And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking me out today. This is a good episode to start with. There is a lot of yarn. I am sitting at my kitchen table and there is just this mountain of yarn that literally, it comes up to right below the screen. Like if I just barely lift, there's skeins. It's like right here, a giant pile of yarn. So I have a lot of exciting things to talk to you about. I have some really exciting administration things for you to talk about. Yeah, it's been a little while, so I'm feeling a little rusty. So welcome. It's after hours. I've already worked today, so I'm gonna have a little sip of beer. Yeah, it's a big beer. It's gonna be a good night. I have a lot of Mad Fuzzy photography to do for my update, which is happening on Saturday, which is March 3rd. So if you're around, check out the update. I'll have lots of fun spoilers for you later in the episode. And yeah, if you want to check me out on social media, I also have those platforms. I am a child of the future. So if you want to check me out on Instagram, I am at Mad Fuzzy. We, of course, have a Ravelry group, which I will be talking much more about later because we did it. And if you have been here before, you know exactly what we did. And yeah, if you want to email the podcast directly, feel free to. I do love email. It's like real mail, but not as fun. I do love real mail more. If you want to write me a letter, feel free to. But if you want to email me, my email is madfuzzy@gmail.com. So let's talk about the first most exciting thing. I'm sure you have been dying to hear the results. We've had an ongoing giveaway in the Ravelry group, which is the Mad Fuzzy Podcast Ravelry group. If you're not one of the 130 plus members, then you should be, and you should stop on by. It's growing. It's, of course, sock obsessed, just like us. And yeah, we'd love to have you there. Join the conversation. But we've been having an ongoing giveaway that I started on my first episode, I believe. And it was pushing you guys to get to 100 introductions in the Ravelry thread, the introductions thread. And you did it. You came through. You gave me 100 introductions. And I am so excited to meet all of you. So keep them coming. And now that the giveaway is over, I can actually comment back, which has been driving me crazy. I've actually written several replies and replied and then had to delete them because I wanted to say hi so bad to some of you. So, drum roll please. The winner is Patrice W, number 15, as selected randomly by a generator on the internet. So Patrice W, congratulations. Patrice is from Vermont. She stopped by, said hello, and won herself this beautiful skein of Mad Fuzzy Into the Mystic. Oh my goodness. Finally get to give this away. I finally get to give this away. Come back to me, camera. So it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it gets real dark real early here in Maine. So if it feels like I'm rushing this episode, I am, because I like to keep them short. I want to be a one sitting kind of bite. But I also am beating the sunshine. I mean, I love this light right now, but as you could see, it gets very dark very quick when I hold things in front of the camera. So, Patrice W, get in contact with me, PM me, email me, Instagram message me, I don't care how. Get in touch, give me your address, and I'll send this to you. I'm so excited. Congratulations, you won. Yay! My first giveaway. I get to do another one here soon because the next thing I want to talk about is our ongoing Cal, which is the Pod People Cal, and we've been using the hashtag Pod People Cal. That's K-A-L. So join in the fun there. That's a kind of a contest all about supporting other podcasters. So if you are using a yarn, if you are knitting a pattern, if you are using a bag, a stitch marker from a podcaster, put those finished objects in the finished objects thread. Again, oh, hey, White Dog. Again, I don't have the prize package for you. I'm trying to get a few more items. I'll show it next week. You know, we'll be at like the halfway point, March 15th. So that whole knit-along's going until April 15th. So you'll see the prizes before too long, but that hasn't stopped a lot of you from putting finished objects in. So many great finished objects. Way to go, guys. I love that thread. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. Also, thank you to everyone who supported Mad Fuzzy on the last update, another extremely successful update. And we'll have more on this upcoming update, which will be Saturday, March 3rd. In a little bit, I have a lot of yarn to show you, so stay tuned. But I think I'll kick off after all that administration crap with some actual knitting. Yay! I'm going to admit I have been very, very busy with yarn, but not necessarily knitting yarn. So the knitting is pretty light. There's been days where I haven't touched my knitting whatsoever, and I haven't gotten around, because I dyed so many new colorways, hint, hint, I haven't gotten around to casting some new ones on. I did eventually purchase that Knitting Expat, those two, their pattern clubs. She's releasing one every month, alternating months with the two clubs. So I did actually purchase that. So my next sock to cast on will be her January sock from that club. So stay tuned. I will be casting on. I do have plans. I just wanted to kind of see what yarn I was going to use. And I definitely wanted to use Mad Fuzzy. Now is the time to start knitting like shop samples because, yeah, this yarn business is taking off. So let's talk about my actual knitting. Where is my actual knitting? Here's part of it. So I do have, is the other part under? Oh my goodness, you have no idea. This mountain of yarn. It's all going to be coming your way. There it is. Yay! Okay, enough suspense. And there was, you know, you saw part of it. You know exactly what I'm about to do. I don't even know why I do this little show with you, but I make it entertaining. Got to be entertained. So this is my Stern Tailor socks, and I just watched the Becky's episode where she says how to say it, and it is very German. And I am not exactly sure I am going to try to pronounce that. So here it is, as I'm going to say it, the Stern Tailor sock by Becky Sorensen, who is Soprano Knits on the internet, as well as the host of the Stringing It Togethers podcast, which is, I love that podcast. It's a good one. She took a really long break and designed a lot of things, so I can excuse her for being a little off the air, but I'm so glad she's back. This gorgeous autumnal shade is a Christmas gift from the Bulliers. It is String Theory, which is a local dyer to me. And I, of course, do have the two. And this is a gorgeous pattern. You get this wonderful panel of seed stitch down the front. You get this gorgeous little mini panel. And then she has these really delicate little fades that she does on the back and the front. And really, it's well-written pattern. I had no issues with it. I did not do her new depth heel. I just wanted some like vanilla knitting socks with a little interest. And I really wasn't in the mood to try a new heel. But speaking of new heels, I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos on the Flegel heel. I think my next sock's going to have one. I've been looking for the ultimate like toe-up heel. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try the Flegel. That sounds dirty. It's got a great name, doesn't it? The Flegel heel. All right, well, those are my fantasies about heels, but these are my Stern Tailor socks. Yay! Finished object, done. Number 3 for the box of socks. I'm on track to have that 24 pairs. I always start off so well, though. I want to have 24 pairs. You know, it's 12 for the box of socks, but 24 is like my own personal goal. So my next work in progress, because that is all the finished stuff I have. You are lucky I got those ends woven in, weaved in, no, English. See, this is what happens. I'm like all cranked up on caffeine, working in the creamery, smelling all those chlorine fumes. It's gonna be a weird episode. All right, work in progress. So I, of course, am making all kinds of Mad Fuzzy fun. So this is the My Romanian Friend colorway in its knitted form. Love this. This is a hoe. This is the first of two. And I think that yarn doesn't really photograph well. This is my Mad Fuzzy yarn in My Romanian Friend. And it just looks kind of weird in the skein, like it's almost self-striping, but it's not. Like, what could it be? It's this, ladies and gentlemen. It is this gorgeousness. And then, this is my favorite part. On the heel turn, it made little stripes. I don't know if that'll happen every dye batch, because, you know, hand-dyed yarn, but so happy. It's just a vanilla sock. I made it a little shorter because I only had a 70-gram ball. So, I'm going to try to make 2 shorter socks out of this. And I did a heel flap and turn and gusset. It's top down. I did these 64 stitches on a 2mm needle. And I think I have to knit Mad Fuzzy socks at, I really do have to knit them at 60 stitches. The 64 stitches are just a little bit too big, and they're a little bit too big every time, despite what needle size I go to. I just need to accept that I'm not going to knit them at 64 stitches and drop down to 60. But don't worry, friends. Don't worry, I have a friend who has slightly bigger feet than me. So these are going to be given away and going to take me off track for my 24 pairs, but I don't care. She deserves them. I've been promising her Christmas socks forever. So those are those. And as far as its mate, I have gotten decently far. I am a few rows into my heel flap. It's nice to have that little tinier leg. I mean, I'm sure this is a standard leg for a lot of people, but for me, it's pretty short. So, if you look, yeah, never mind. So, that's the other one. Pretty excited doing it. Magic Loop, which is now my preferred method of choice. I really do like Magic Loop. Yeah, cranking away on those. I believe I have 2mm needles, 64 stitches. So, last work in progress. No, not last work in progress. Next work in progress. This one's always fun. Oh, I got hooked on things. So I have been doing what I am calling hashtag memory sock garland. And so I'm going to have, when I eventually am in my studio upstairs and we are moved into our house and I have my own little space and a consistent backdrop, I know, every time it's different. Who knows where I'll be in my house? I'm going to have a little garland behind my head of every sock that I've knitted. So I can remember the yarn and I can remember, you know, this, if it was a special pattern. So here's my baby Stern Tailor. Isn't that awesome? I've done the heel turn. I do these tiny little socks on just 2 double points. I find that works just dandy. And I even put the stitch markers in because it's so handy. But there's the little seed stitch panel. Yeah, right? Fun. I'll have that for my garland. So, last work in progress, and why it is the last work in progress is probably because it is the most awesome work in progress, and because it'll be an excellent segue into Mad Fuzzy news. I'm clearing my space here. So, let me take a small pause. Cheap beer. Yay. So refreshing. So, I bought, because I couldn't help myself. Let's just take a second and get close and talk about Ellie of Skein Deer Knits. She just is fantastic. Everything she does is so in touch with old world, but yet in touch with what we as knitters want to knit now and what we want to know now. And she's the next big curve. I'm so excited to keep hopping on board. I really am terrible at color work, but I'm going to keep going because how do you get better at something? Do it a lot. So this one, I've messed up the pattern a few times. I got lost a little bit. There's some mess ups. My gauge's a little weird. Hopefully it'll block out. She seems to be pretty optimistic about things blocking out, so I trust her fully. So I bought what she just came out with, the Transcendence sock pattern. Oh my God, those socks. They're so amazing. So I cast this on in Mad Fuzzy. You can see where I goofed it, but I don't care. I'm going to love these socks. They're mine. I'm going to probably make another one because Mad Fuzzy is making Transcendence sock kits. Yes, I am. My first kits ever. They're going to be excruciatingly limited. I mean, they're such a pain to wind off these little 5-gram minis. They're going to be such a pain to dye, little 5-gram minis. But I feel so, like, I feel a need deep down in my soul to make yarn for Ellie. And so as a result of this uncontrollable desire, I cast on the sock in my hand-dyed yarn and made some for you because I'm sure you all are better at color work than I am and they're going to turn out gorgeous. So this is the first colorway right here. This is how hers is a little bit more steely blue, and honestly this is a little bit darker of a blue. It's a little bit richer of a blue. That's a little bit more true to color right there. So, and then you get these lovely red and yellow little minis, and then the undyed white of Mad Fuzzy. So that's the first kit, and I kept it kind of close to what she has. If you want to see the actual colors that she uses, you can of course go look at the projects and the project page. They're all of this kind of silvery and white and a red and whatnot. So this is my homage to that. So there we go. So you get this gorgeous saffron yellow, this red, and then these two. And that's the first set. All right? Exciting. I'm going to set this over here because there's a lot of stuff down. Oh, and I dropped one of the skeins on the floor. Now it shall be touched by White Dog. All right, so the next kit is a little bit different. I wanted to kind of give a variation on it. So I have one conservative and one a little weird because that's me. I'm a little conservative, but I'm a lot of weird. So the first set that's all Mad Fuzzy right here is going to be these two, which is a black. Oh, come on, light, come back to me, baby. So a black, a white, and then your minis are a little pink and a little green. So that's going to show up in your black when you're knitting. And then you've got and this black is really bluish. It's got a nice kind of a bluer hue to it. So right there, that's one of the kits, right? The next kit, I got a little weird, just a little weird. So this is your main color, which is going to be, you know, your cuff, toe, heel, where your little flowers are. You're going to have this as your like scales, right? This neon bright green, okay? Still following. And then you've got pink and white for your flowers. And I mean, these are going to be identical minis of the pink and the white or the yellow and the red. So you can decide whether you want to do yellow and red or pink and white. You know, they'll be the same size. You can kind of pick and choose. So there is the other one that's a little bit weird, but I think it's going to make gorgeous socks, and those are the next ones I'm casting on for sure. So I will have, I think they're going to be, of course, dyed to order. I'm going to only keep the ordering up for maybe the weekend. I think there's going to be an extremely limited quantity of each color, but so get them while they're hot. And so if you miss it, you're probably going to miss it. I don't know if I'm going to do them again because these are such a pain. They're total time suck. So, yeah, if you want one, get it quick because they make amazing colorwork socks. I have to say my yarn is perfectly grabby. I have always advertised it was good for colorwork, and it is. It really is. So those are the kits. And this also segues me into all the amazing stuff that's been happening because I went to the mill on Tuesday of last and picked up all kinds of yarn. Like even the guy at the mill was like, this is a lot of yarn. Yeah, it's a lot of yarn. So I got home and just skeined and dyed for days. We had the house to ourselves. Betsy went to one of her big Washington to-dos. And so we had the house to ourselves, and we just hung around, and I dyed for days straight. So I have brand new colorways. I don't have any repeat colorways in the shop. They're all brand new. I have a brand new base as well as a variation. Unfortunately, Wherever is not really going to be present in this update. If you wanted the Wherever base, which was my 80% wool, 20% nylon, that blend right there, that's not in this update because when I went to the mill, Andy at the mill showed me this other nylon that was also sparkly. So this is not a Stellina base. This is a nylon blend. It's an 80% wool, 20% nylon, but the nylon is sparkly and you can see it. It's not like in your face like Stellina is, but I'm telling you, I can tell the difference between Pure Fuzzy and the nylon blend now because it is noticeably sparkly. So any of the nylon content yarns in this update that I'm going to show you here are all sparkly. I only got sparkle back. So I've got wool up at the mill now. If there are those out there that are like, no, I don't want to sparkle, more power to you. You don't have to. I will have more of the Wherever base coming. I'm going to have him do the regular nylon so that you guys don't have to always have a sparkle option. Because sometimes sparkle is a little overwhelming in a larger garment. But on your feet, you need a little sparkle. All right. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll begin with what I have in my hand. So I'll have, of each of these colors, I have one Pure Fuzzy and I have one sparkle, which I am calling Pretty Tough. I know. I love these plays on words. I am truly as corny as I look. So Pretty Tough, it's got a little sparkle to it. So I'll have one in Pure Fuzzy and one in Pure Sparkle. 2 skeins tops. That's how it goes. I have to skirt this wool. I have to drive this wool to the mill. I have to wait for this wool to get back. I have to skein it. There's a lot that goes into every single skein yarn. I just don't purchase these skeins pre-skeined. They're delivered to my house and I then begin my process. There is days of work that goes into each and every one of these, but I truly believe, truly believe, and that's why I'm so passionate about Mad Fuzzy, that I have created one of the perfect sock yarns. So if you are really in it for the socks, this is it. This is really what we've been waiting for. So back to the colors. First color I have up here is this gorgeous dusty pink. Oh, nice. Liking this light at the moment. So it's gorgeous dusty pink. It's got blues. It's got reds. There's some speckly goodness everywhere. Like, oh, look at that. So this one I am calling Preppy Handbook. Betsy told me that there was one in the 70s and that they were totally preppy colors. So this is Preppy Handbook. All right. I have this gorgeous green. That's got all kinds of goodness in there. This gorgeous green is Serpent. I have this one, and this one, when I saw it, come on, focus for me. When I saw this one and I skeined it up and I just said to myself, oh, this is my favorite from the whole weekend. I just love this one. And in there is a lot more. So here's some right here. There is a little bit of like lime green. And so I'm calling this one Villainous. All right. So this is Villainous. It's very Maleficent kind of colored. And then I thought, oh my goodness, no, I didn't. I also did, oh, and this one's blowing out like crazy. Let's see if we can back it up a little and get in more true to tone. There she goes, right there, baby. So this one, I just couldn't help. It's so Sleeping Beauty colored. So I have this one, which is called Pricked Her Finger, and this one, which is called Villainous. And I think they make such a good couple. Oh, I was thinking about making a skein set. All right? Oh, so cool. So, Pricked Her Finger, Villainous. And then I have this beautiful blue. Come on, there we go. It's got all these greens and browns. I am calling this one right here. This one is Riverbed. All right. Still with me here? Next up, I have this hot pink and browns and fuchsias, and they've all got this like really bright fuchsia area. Goes down in there. Oh. And I'm calling this one Passion Fruit. So that's Passion Fruit. And then I have this blue one, which is subtle. And this one is Wetter is Better. Under the sea. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Isn't that lovely? I love that one. And last but not least, I know, I have a gorgeous purple. Tonally, some black. Oh, come on, focus on the yarn. It's more important right now. Blacks, reds. Ah. And this one I have yet to name, actually. I will think of a name for this. I don't know yet. I'm so bad at giving yarn names. I'm really self-conscious about it. I should really just have like a yarn naming thread in Ravelry and have you guys do it. As I get so stressed out. What if I pick a name that's perfect for something I dye in the future? That's classic me, like always thinking 5 minutes down the road. But meh. So I did manage to name most of those, right? So biggest update ever. Those are all the colorways. I will have one of each in the shop. I'm so excited. So that's going to be Saturday, the 3rd. All right. I went and got that BFL, if you recall. A little while ago I talked about going to New Bead Farm and getting some BFL. And I turned it into a DK. A 3-ply DK, actually. I had to pay a little bit more for the 3rd ply, but I thought that will make it, and I was not wrong. I was not wrong. This 3-ply DK is phenomenal. I'll show you here. So it's so round. It's not soft, but it's not as scratchy as the East Friesen, which isn't very scratchy. So it's a lot softer, it's a lot plumper, still got a really nice twist to it. This is going to be the mitten yarn of choice, I'm telling you. This is every 30 minutes it stops. So I guess I talk longer than 30 minutes. Okay. All right, so back to DK weight yarn, which is new and exciting and awesome. So this is this is a 50-gram hank. And I am putting up in the shop 2 50-gram hanks per listing. So like it's, here's how it's going to work. So let me rewind. Let me rewind. And so I dyed a whole bunch of single colors, right? In the whole little rainbow here of single colors. And my idea is that you're going to buy one color of your choice, right? So you say, I want black and I want white. And then you order them and you pick, I want black and I want white, and I package them and I send them to you as a pair. So you get 100 grams of DK weight yarn, but you pick 2 colors because I want you to knit colorwork mittens. And I'd really like if you knit colorwork mittens by Skein for my Pod People Cal, but I can't make you knit anything. I can just give you wonderful DK yarn in 2 separate colors and hope for the best. So you could pick, black and tan. I got tan, so I have black, blue, white, pink, of course. I mean, who am I? All right. Purple. Tan. So this is kind of a greenish tan, like a straw color. So tan, purple, tan. Back to me, light, please. I know it's going. And green. Oh, sorry, one more. Yellow! So that's the rainbow that I have. So I've got these guys. All these colors. And you pick 2, and I send them to you. Right? Exciting. So you pick 2 and I send them to you. But don't think that I'm not like forgetting about other people and other knitters and whatnot. If you say want 100 grams of black, I can send you 100 grams of black. Just select black as both options and I'll send, 100 grams of black. They'll be in 250-gram skeins still. But you can, that's how you do that. But yeah, they're kind of like little mitten kits. Like, look at the fun you could have. Like, these 2 are really nice. These 2. There's just so many options. So much exciting things. Ooh. Ooh. Just saying. So, that's how those are going to be listed in the shop. That's the new and exciting bases I have. A DK weight. I went there. And it's awesome. And I'm so glad I did. So, shop update. Don't forget, Saturday the 3rd. Yeah. Be there, be square. Because I'm telling you, so when I spend so much time and I bring as much as I possibly can fit in my car all the way up to the mill, I really only get like 100 skeins of yarn back. So once this is gone, it's either a new milling and it's slightly different because that's the beautiful, wonderful magic of a mini mill, or I may never make it again. I didn't really like it. I have complete control over this yarn. If I go back to Andy and I say I want this DK weight in a 4-ply next time, there's no more 3-ply DK. I have complete control over what I get back. I can dictate to him what kind of yarns I want to make. And so I really do want to stress that Mad Fuzzy is all about the exclusivity. It really is. It's small farms, small herds, small farmers, one person skeining it all and doing it all. There is no bulk. This is all so small. And really, when you do receive a skein of Mad Fuzzy, there has been myself who has touched it, Andy at the mill who has touched it, Jeff who's shorn the sheep. He shears both New Fuzzy or Fuzzy Udder and New Beat, and the farmer. So there are 4 people who touch this yarn before you get it. It's amazing. So I'm trying to spread this out because I'm spoiled rotten knitting this and being so close to these people who produce these sheep. I am in this incredible part of the world where I can go to a farm and pick up these fleeces, and I can go to a mill and tell a man what kind of yarn I want and get it back. It's a gift, and I'm so excited to share this with you. So I hope that you will continue to support Mad Fuzzy and that you enjoy what I've created. And please, if you for some reason do not, or you feel that this yarn would be better, a little different, this is my first time being a yarn maker. Tell me. Let's try to make something better together. I'm totally for your feedback. Write me that little email. Write me a letter. If you bought the yarn, my address is on the side of the yarn. Write me a letter. Tell me what you think. Thank you for the reviews, by the way. On Etsy, I've gotten some great reviews. But if there is anything negative, don't worry, I can take it. I'm a tough girl. I'm a big girl. Tell me what you think. So, that's all I have for you today, folks. It's been a lot. I'm not going to give you a life update whatsoever. Life's been great. Everything's well here at the Shire. No one's sick. No one's unhappy. And lots of yarn dyeing. But it's been a long enough episode. You've seen so much yarn. I need another drink of beer. You need a beer. I'll try to get some knitting done while this video uploads. So, fingers crossed, maybe get to the heel on those Transcendence socks. Yes. Anyway, email me with questions. Look for that update. I'll be putting stuff all over Instagram. I'm now going to tear down everything and set up for a big photo shoot of everything so I can have gorgeous pictures. And yeah, I'll see you when I see ya, because there is apparently no timeline or schedule for these podcasts. And yeah, enjoy your knitting. Have a good one.